So we've come down to my friend's place again. There she goes. She's gonna go see her friend. Anyway, look at all this miner's lettuce here. This is a ton of miner's lettuce. It's all over the place. Look at this. This is amazing. This is amazing. Just amazing. Look at it. Perfect. Perfect stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I can do this without my tripod. This stuff is absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. Miner's lettuce. Better than what you can buy in the store. Awesome. Okay, let's go see our friend. So this miner's lettuce is absolutely everywhere in this yard. Everywhere. And it's not that huge of a yard, but it's absolutely everywhere. And just the amount of stuff in the yard here is enough to feed an army of people. An army of people. This is an amazing, amazing amount of miner's lettuce. This is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to eat some more here. This stuff is so good. And like I said, it's everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick me a large bag of this because I got a plan to do for possibly a video maybe. And yeah, I'm going to get some of this and take it home, and hopefully I'll show you what we're going to do with it. Wow, crazy amount of lettuce. So what I've sort of found by picking this stuff, this miner's lettuce, is if you want to pick the miner's lettuce and avoid other weeds like this one here, and you know, there's other ones you don't want to eat. They could be poison. Who knows, right? I didn't research them, but anyway, the best way is you go down and you get the root joint down there like that, like this, and you pop the root thing out, and then you turn them upside down and pull them out upside down like that. And that way, and then you can shake the dirt off the roots there like that. You can wipe them off, shake them off and that. But then most of the time, it comes up all by itself without any other weeds attached to them. Because if you just grab them and pull clumps out, you're getting a lot of the other weed in it, and you have to sort it out later. But I find that works great. And if on any chance that you do actually pull up a weed with it, it's, you know, obvious right away and practically separated, and you just pull it out and throw it away. But anyway, that's my best way of grabbing miner's lettuce out of the ground. And so you just grab the root system like that underneath there, pull it out upside down, shake it a bit, and there, weed free actually, and dirt free too this time. Cool. So there you go. That's go out and get yourself some miner's lettuce. Actually know what you're doing first. Make sure you know exactly what you're doing first. There we go. Okay, let's go make salad. So we have specifically come down here again to collect some more stinging nettle over and above the other stuff we're collecting. And this stuff is even more abundant right now than it was the last couple of times I come down here, and it's getting bigger and fuller, you know, so a much better bang for your buck kind of thing. But it is absolutely everywhere. Just everywhere. Yep, it's fantastic. So we're going to grab a bag full of that because I have a plan. Just look at this stuff, eh? This is gorgeous. Yeah, so let's get that. Okay. I've showed you stinging nettle many times before. This one I'm going to pull right out of the ground. Normally I just take the tops here and take the green stuff and eat the fresh stuff on top as a steamed vegetable, and then take all the leaves and dry them out for tea and the stalk and everything like that. But you can do the same thing with the roots. And I want to take some roots this time. just to basically show you some other things. So anyway, I'm going to grab a bunch of this. But check this out. Remember I used to show you how you take these tops here? And I got bare hands. You take those and you pinch them off and you squeeze them until they're juicy and they won't sting your mouth. Watch this. Mm. Delicious. A little sting, a little sensation. Not so bad. It's not going to kill me. It's going to feel funky for, at least 4 hours. My lips feeling weird, but it's not a big deal. Anyway, one thing I wanted to show you was this here. I've mentioned before that it's really impossible to mistake stinging nettle for anything else out there. That's not necessarily 100% correct. And I'll show you why. Okay, let's grab another one. Okay, look at the structure of this plant here. It's got the nice top on there, and it's got basically the bilateral leaves going out each side and then down and then out the other side, kind of basically like that. And where did I put them now? Oh, here they are. So these ones here, these are actually ornamental garden plants, and they're not even from Canada as far as I understand. They have been imported over here as an ornamental garden plant, right? So basically someone has thrown them out into the wilderness here, and because they're not from here, they become an invasive species. That's not the point I'm getting at today. Ooh, put that in the bag. Put it all in the bag. There we go. Okay, so this one here, you can see by this, it's got the same basic shape and everything. It's got the top on there, got the bilateral leaves and everything like that, same stalk and everything. It looks very much similar, except it's variegated there. That's the two-tone colors. And so that tells it off right away because it would be solid green. I've never seen another plant looks like the stinging nettle in this one that is solid green. So that's a telltale sign right there. And, I put it down. Yeah, there we go. That's a telltale sign right there. And, but even if you did come across a plant that looks so much like this one, and it's all solid green and it's almost hard to tell apart. I've never seen one out there, but let's say you happen to find one. I'll never say never, right? So anyway, over and above those differences in that, the one thing you can tell is there's no sting whatsoever. This will never sting you because it's not stinging nettle, right? That is the one key. If it stings you exactly the way this stuff stings you, like this, my hand's gonna itch and go crazy after for a few hours, right? And it starts immediately. You feel it right away. So if it doesn't do that at all and give you the identical sensation that stinging nettle does, then it's not stinging nettle at all. So basically, you look for the plant that looks exactly like this, and the key deciding factor is the stinging nettles. You can see all these little spines, miniature spines up and down everywhere, under the leaves everywhere, on the tops I just ate. You can see them. And if you touch them, immediately you get the sensation. So just another key identifier for the stinging nettle over something else. But in essence, it is almost impossible to mistake stinging nettle for, a poisonous or other plant, right? Anyway, I hope you found that fascinating. So I'm going to just get on with plucking more stinging nettle here and get a bag full, take it home, because I got something to show you, and I believe you're going to like it. So let's just grab a bunch and bag it all. There we go. Bare hands, not a big deal. Get some more here. Okay, girls, let's go back to the truck now. Hello, 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 and welcome again to another episode of Kent's Kitchen and Cooking with Kent. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Been a long time. Anyway, this episode isn't just about cooking, in general. This is actually about going and wild foraging all the food for your meal and cooking and prepping and eating it. Or prepping, cooking, and eating it, yeah. So that's what this is about. And we got our stinging nettle, we got our miner's lettuce, and we got our chickweed. And let's just get on with this process, eh? Welcome back to Kent's Kitchen and Cooking with Kent. Well, I'm kind of hoping you can hear the little fire roaring away in the background there in a little wood stove. It's really nice, beautiful. So anyway, here we have the stinging nettle. So, first of all, I'm going to mention all of this. Once you've cleaned it out, make sure all the dirt or twigs or whatever are out of it, cleaned it all up. It's a great idea to just give them a really, really, really good rinse in cool water, all your products and that, and prep them like that before you're going to eat them and everything like that, or before you're going to cook them or eat them. Yeah. Anyway, what I'm going to do with the stinging nettle here is I'm going to take all these luscious little tops off here, like that one. Sometimes you can keep a couple of the fan leaves on as well, like that. So I'm just going to take that, make a whole bunch of tops, and now with any of the root that left over, the stalk, and any of these fan leaves, these are all going to go in another container to dry out and dehydrate. Once they're all dried out, then I will chop them all up for my tea, roots and all. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and take all these tops off, just the younger, more succulent ones. And like I say, you can grab a couple of the fan leaves. They're no big deal too. So once they cook down, they're just they're just succulent, basically. That's all it is. So I'm going to make a pile of that, and then that I'm going to steam as a side vegetable to my main dish here coming up. And this one here, the miner's lettuce here, and this chickweed, I'm going to take these two and I'm going to make a salad out of it, okay? So that'll be that. So I'm going to prep all this and get it ready for each of their applications here. So there we have it. We've taken all the bits out and the other weeds we don't want, and we've rinsed them well and dried them off again. But now we have a really nice pile of stinging nettle tops here, and that's going to be done at the last. Like I said, I'm going to steam them. I'm going to steam them just like you would steam spinach or any other vegetable like that, and just steam it down to the right consistency kind of. But that'll be at the last, at the end, because then I can just plate everything then. So, and then we got all this chickweed here is all cleaned and ready to go, and all this miner's lettuce here. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to just take it and I'm just going to tear it up a little bit like this, so it's it's not so stringy or whatever, and it's just like bite sizes kind of thing. Same with this. I'm just going to tear them all up, all by hand. I could take a knife and chop them, but this is just as easy as well. I'm going to do all this here and chop it all up, mix it together, blend it bit by bit. and then I'm going to put a salad dressing on it. Okay, there we go. I had to get a bigger bowl because there was just too much of this stuff. Didn't realize how much it was. But I've ripped it all apart, both of them, and I've blended them all together like that, mixed them up real good. And I will just set them aside right now for waiting for the salad dressing. And those will be steamed, like I mentioned before. And now for the main course, and that is rainbow trout. Yeah, there you go. Well, this one I didn't catch this one myself. It was given to me from someone else. But you've seen me go out and catch lots of trout in my videos in there. So basically just a wild caught trout in the end, whether I caught it or not. But you know, you can wild catch halibut and salmon and rockfish. And, there's so many, red snapper, all that kind of stuff, and different types of trout and even bass. Lake bass and stuff like that. But anyway, wild catch your fish, wild pick your salad, and your side green dish, your steamed greens. There we go. So now let's get on with cooking this little puppy up. All right, we have this beautifully golden fried rainbow trout here. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, that's making me salivate. That looks so delicious, so delicious. Can't wait to get at it. So what we're going to do is I've already got the stinging nettle in the pot with some water. I'm going to put that on, bring that to a boil, quick boil, and then just turn it off and let it sit. Really quick cooking process there. And now we've got our salad here all mixed up. What I was going to do, I'm going to put a little salt and pepper on, of course, but what I was going to do actually, I was going to do an olive oil and balsamic vinegar dressing for this, because I really like balsamic vinegar, and it's a really nice dressing. It's one of my favorites, but it was a toss-up. Anyway, I found this. This is a really good one. It's a cilantro avocado yogurt dressing dip, and it's it's got all sorts of good stuff in there, you know, and a yogurt is a really nice base for salad dressing rather than milk, you know what I mean? So I'm actually going to use this one on the salad itself this time. It was a real hard choice, but I'm going to go with this one too. And like I said, I'll just add a little salt and pepper to this dressing here, kind of deal. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get happening here. And there we have it, a complete wild foraged meal, everything there. So I steamed up the stinging nettle, obviously, and I just threw some butter on there to melt on there and then blend in with it's really good with melted butter, salt and pepper. So there you have it. I've prepared the salad with the dressing and the fish and the stinging nettle for a side. And I even pour off the water from steaming the stinging nettle. When it cools down more, I'll drink that and retain a ton of nutrients from the meal. So that is just fabulous, just fabulous. I can't wait to dive into this. So let's just get into that. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. My back's hurting from standing there cooking, slaving over a hot stove. Anyway, let's try the salad first. It's all ready to go. This is all a really nice creamy avocado cilantro dressing. Yeah, so let's check this out. No. Sorry about that. Peanut gallery. Anyway, this is really, really good. Now these greens here, they're really juicy and really succulent. They're, I guess you'd say they're somewhat similar to butter less, but they're juicier and more succulent and actually more flavor too. Mm. Mm. I really like this stuff. This is really good. Mm. 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 And I'm glad I picked that dressing. It really goes well with this. At least these two of the wild greens there, the salad greens. Mm. Very good. I'm trouble on my microphone. Mm. Anyway, that's that. That's really good. Mm. I'm going to enjoy finishing that off. And I think this is cooled enough. Yeah. I do that with my spinach too. If I steam it, I pour the water off and drink it. Really good for you. You get all the nutrients. Now this here, I've had tons of stinging nettle, so I know exactly what it's going to taste like. But this is a great, great side. Mm. 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 That is so good. That stuff is delicious. A little butter, salt, and pepper. Oh, can't get better than that. Wild trout, rainbow trout. Almost called it salmon. Mm. Oh my god. Everything here is wild forage, man. And you know what? This is basically the way the First Nations lived all the time. But I mean, this is just a minor drop in the bucket to what's out there. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds, possibly thousands of plants you can eat out there. I mean, there's cattails, there's two types of plantain, there's dandelions, there's oxeye daisy. One of my favorite, the fiddleheads off the ferns. Those are so good steamed up. I believe the ostrich fern is the best fiddleheads. I think that's the one. If it's the right one, that's the best one in my opinion. Mm. But this is fantastic, and not just the First Nations. At one point in time, everyone ate like this a lot. You know, they didn't have supermarkets and food processors and all that. They lived off the land, but I mean, there's tons and tons of different types of fish out there, like bass and salmon and sole and rockfish and halibut and all that kind of stuff. And there's deer meat out there, bear meat. There's so much food out there, wild and naturally. And that's how people lived for thousands and thousands of years before like 1900, you know what I mean? A lot like this. And they'd raise their chickens and their goats and stuff like that. Maybe a cow or two. If they had a homestead or plot of land or somewhere they could just do that, right? Yeah, but pretty much everybody on the planet has lived like this throughout history up until the modern times. This salad, I gotta do more of the salad. This is really good. Mm. Mm. So good, so good. But I did see dandelion coming up there. I was going to grab some leaves, throw that in. The other one is cinquefoil and some plantain starting. I was thinking of grabbing that. Oh, and the other one is the new blackberry shoots, the salmonberry shoots, wild rose shoots. All those thorn bushes that are just getting the little tiny shoots popping out. I was going to pick a bunch of them and throw them in the steaming process with the stinging nettle. I just kind of ran out of time and everything. I couldn't do it all. But I mean, there's so much stuff out there, and yeah, it's nice to have a few modern little things here and there. But this is the best food in the world, the tastiest and the best and the most nutritional food in the world. Mm. Absolutely delicious. That dressing really makes that salad. It's so good. Stinging nettle tea. Oh, yeah, a little more of this. So as you saw, I didn't really have to go a lot of effort um, to grab those greens kind of thing. It was very quick, simple. Brought them home, processed them, done. Cook them, eat them. The hardest part probably is trying to hook and land the fish, right? That's the trickiest part of it. Well, especially on the island, it's so finicky for freshwater fish. But all over the mainland, I can go to lakes anywhere and know I'm going to catch at minimum one and probably a few fish, and as much as I need, and then just go home and eat, right? But anyway, oh my God, this is fantastic! I can't believe this. Can't believe this. I mean, this is some of the. This is a. Oh, these meals are some of the better the meals than I've had by going to the grocery store and buying stuff and that. It's just amazing and delicious. Anyway, welcome back to Kent's Kitchen and Cooking with Kent. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed watching the whole process. And if you get a chance and you know what you're doing out there, try it out. It's oh, mm, just fantastic. Just fantastic. Oh, I don't want to talk anymore. I just want to eat. This is so good. So good. Some of the best meals I've ever had is wild stuff. Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Anyway, baby's dropped her toy, wants me to get it. I want to finish my meal and not talk so much. It's so, so, so good. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in the next video. We'll see you then. Ciao for now. Bon appetit. Mm, 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 yummy, yummy. Mm, mm. Tally ho. Tally ho.